So I wanted to talk a little bit more about immigration because this is not the first time that the U.S. has tried to limit immigration or curtail it in a way. And I mean, the same reasons kind of apply, kind of. So in the 1920s, which is like after World War I, in 1921, we passed the Emergency Quota Act. So it's called the Emergency Quota Act of 1921. And this basically develops a quota system that set limits based on the census of 1890. So based off that census, they decided to limit immigration from different parts of Europe. So they favored immigration from Northern and Western Europe. So that includes Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Germany, Sweden, Norway, the Netherlands, Switzerland, France, and Belgium. Okay. But then they wanted to restrict immigration from Southern and Western Europe. So that was France and Russia, Poland, Greece, and Czechoslovakia. And why did they want to limit immigration? So they feared of radicalism. Actually, Bolshevism is what it was. And they feared job competition. Labor unions were like, because we let so many immigrants in, that's why people are having a hard time finding jobs. And they wanted to preserve America's this preconceived idea that we had a sort of racial and cultural homogeneity. So there were things they were trying to protect, which is also what Nazi Germany wanted to do, was protect the German way of life and, their cultural practices and all that. But you have to remember, any white people came here as an immigrant. We are not native to this land. That is the indigenous people. So we have to understand that. And America has always been a melting pot. That's what I was taught in school. We were a melting pot, and our diversity made us better. But yeah, America has limited immigration. And by the way, in the 1920s, they didn't want any immigrants coming from Asia at all. And their ideas of it are crazy. Also, there was a rise in racism after World War I as well in America. So we have wanted to restrict immigration. I mean, we've had limits on it. We've tried to restrict from certain countries. It's not a new thing. It's basically going back to the 1920s. And when we start to talk about the Great Depression, we'll find out why this didn't work and why isolationism doesn't work. That's another thing I want to kind of bring up and discuss that. But I hope this helps with immigration, gives you some kind of historical background that we've seen this before as a country.